You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast, promoting people with passion all over the globe. This is your host, Media Man Dan. Let's rock! What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan Podcast. It is so great to have my friend with me once again. I have Nobody Guitar. Nobody cares about Nobody Guitar, and I'm fucking sick of it. So you guys need to start caring about this man. He is here with us right now to explain serious problems. There have been all kinds of horrible tragedies in his life that have been taking him through so many curveballs and tornadoes of bad decisions and bad people. But he is finally free from that, and he is going to create something incredible for all of you to listen to. Welcome back to the podcast, Nobody. It has been too long, my friend. We are going to chat about everything. And at first, let's just talk about how you have been.
I've been horrible. I mean, there's a lot of shit that's gone on in like the past few years. I'd say past 2 or 3 years, 4 years. And in the past 4 or 5 months, just even more just tragedy. So, yeah, I'm a bit traumatized out right now. I'm burnt out.
Yep. And you don't deserve any more trauma. You should be done by now. This should be the end of the trials. You know, we all have trials and tribulations that we go through. I think this is going to be the wake-up call where whoever's controlling the universe is like, I'm going to let this guy have a break now. He made it.
You know what?
He's good.
One more thing. Fuck this guy. You know?
Whoever put me in this position, fuck you. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a very strong argument that makes sense in this situation. But in my overall positive, personality, I'm always like, what can I do to lift you up? And I just got to say, man, your music's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing because you've had so much time, you've had so much tragedy around this, and it's going to, help you create something that's absolutely awesome. And that's all we want to listen to is some awesome music. You made some scary ass shit before. You made some dark shit before. Now you'll do even scarier and darker shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather not have tragedy to make that kind of stuff. So, whatever. Curveballs in life. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have coped in the best way, and you're still here with us. That's what I care about most. With your brother's situation, with all of that shock, including all of the court issues that you've been dealing with as well. It's just been one thing after another, one battle after another. If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's about nobody. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, he's been dealt a very, very poor hand, and it's not fair that you've had to deal with this. So, we as friends and fans of you, we want to know that you are supported 100%. If you ever need any of us to reach out, we are always here. Me, Bones We Carve, obviously Katana. And we just had Katana with her first time on the show. I was so excited.
Final time.
Final time. First and last. Worst episode ever. Fuck that shit. No. No, the sound was horrible. I'll tell you that. That was my final time making that mistake. I'm gonna unplug my whole laptop next time. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Interview's over. We'll do it another day.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, it was too good, bro. I'm so happy that it happened because I met somebody like you and somebody like Bones, and you guys could give me incredible people. And once again, I thank you for that. I commend you for all the respect you have for people in every genre and the way that you see and hear the talent around you so that you can put it on the right track. I just see that you have that vision in your mind and you make it happen, bro. So major respect.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I try. I like reaching out to like people that are just like passionate about making music, and it's like, okay, what kind of music do you do? What kind of music do you do? What instrument do you play? Let's see if we can collab, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's like you still have a friendship of some sort,
That's how it always should be. Because if you don't have a friendship there, if you don't have some camaraderie, you get stabbed in the fucking back, and then you have to go to court for 4 fucking years.
Yeah.
So let's dive deep into what happened. As far as I got the summary from the first time we chatted, it was something involving internal conflict, I guess you could say, in the most PC way of the band, and taking the rights of what you created. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we had some sort of like an agreement to part ways. I can utilize whatever I worked on. They can utilize it. We split up. We just continue doing what we want to do separately. But they chose to start hitting me with copyright strikes after I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to be putting it up. Yeah, sure, cool. I did that. They hit me with copyright strikes. So I said, hey, this must be a mistake, right? Nothing. So then I'm like, okay, I guess got to hit you guys next because guess what? I have the copyrights to all these things. Then it started to create a whole entire, I don't know, domino effect. It was like a snowball, just keep going, keep going. I'm going to do this, and then you retaliate this way, then you respond this way, and then you have the answer to this, and then it's just, it gets down to like a summons to like stop everyone doing copyright strikes. And now it's, what, 2.5 years later, and I'm still in the case hearing stage. I'm not even at court yet. It's still,
Oh my God.
yeah. So, whatever. Yeah.
This is worse than divorce, bro.
Well, right? Yeah, but it feels like I went through a divorce too, where it's like I had these like bros, I had these like friends, I had the camaraderie, and then for some reason they're like, oh, you don't have any more money to support all of us? I'm like, no, you guys are stealing all of it. You're stealing all of the ticket sales, the merch sales, the online sales. You're stealing all of this. I need reimbursement. We had agreement 50-50.
Even.
Yeah.
Even split. That is the nicest I've ever heard. Usually it would be split between, I guess, 5 people in, different ways. I just know that when it comes to merch sales, that's like what helps independent artists, right? That's the main thing that really helps you. That's why I would be wearing a Nobody shirt right now. I'm wearing David Neer because he's also been through some serious tragedy. Yeah. And if you wanted to check his links out there in the description right down below, he needs some help right now. And we support him 100%. But Nobody, you have so many like, cool ideas. You're giving so much to your group, this band that you were part of. You're the voice of the band as well. Your screaming is known for only you. Nobody can take that from you. And the band, like always, sees it as a business opportunity to grow. And then they screw over the little guys. And I don't understand that. Like, why would you do that to somebody who's helping you? I would never turn my back on somebody that's been, especially, financially supporting me. And they expected so much of you at the end of all of this that you were like, that's it. We got to go to court because now we need to figure out and divide all of the stuff. We need to figure out who owns what. It's exactly the same thing as a divorce where this is my property, that's your property, this is mine, this is it. It's like, oh, can you get a prenup?
Right, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing I could tell anyone is if you're going to start a band or a venture with anyone that you know or don't know, just get something like not just a text message, work up something on a sheet of paper and say, okay, you get this much, and then we're going to reimburse at this point. Just make sure you have some sort of agreement, even if it's very short. Just have something in agreement, sign it, be like, cool, now we're in business together.
Yeah, when you sign for any business that you should be owning, hopefully you will have someone involved, especially in the court system, at least an attorney, a lawyer, something that can look over to make sure that no one is getting fucked over at the end of it. That's the thing, is if it's an even split of 50-50, then nobody should be carrying the weight of all of that stress on them. Yeah, and so that's what you were dealing with. Yeah, nobody should be doing that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's get the mask off. It's finally time for you to breathe. I know that you've been waiting for this moment for a long time. This is Nobody's real face. You're a handsome nobody, I'll tell you that, buddy. You were already rocker dude, but now you're just like rocker dad.
You know what? Cheers.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go with the flask that I literally still can't open.
I've been really into these old-fashioned things. I've gotten a little bit too many of them. Bullet Bourbon has an old-fashioned cocktail mix, and I fucking love this thing. Let's see if I can get this, like, can you see it?
That's perfect. Oh, yeah. You're in clarity 4K on this, brother. Zoom is never going to be the thing I use again, I'll tell you that.
Right.
But now that's good that you found one way to cope with things, and you like the taste of it. Hopefully not too much.
Yeah. I mean, there's other vices that you do. Maybe like I've been meeting up with a lot of friends at like a speakeasy, but it's like a cigar place, so you get to like sit back, relax, smoke. A lot of seminarians go there, so we talk a lot of like theology. And like, I used to grow up Catholic. I used to grow up in that. Like, I used to be an altar boy, and I've kind of fallen out of that. I'm more atheist, I think, because I
Yep.
just want to do good, knowing that it's on my terms. And we have some like really good like debates and stuff, but it's not like you're a fucking asshole here or this or that. Like, everyone understands we're not there to like change each other's beliefs. We're just talking, and that's been therapeutic. Just talking with people, doing a little bit of cigar smoking. I think music making, artistic wise, like that's a good vice. I've been doing that a little bit more.
Yep.
I'm gonna get back into like maybe painting, because I want to do some like stuff with like, I used to do old guitar strings that I would have, and I would like integrate it into like paintings that I would do in like high school and college, because I went to the School of the Arts of Chicago. So I'm an artist.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and artist at heart. So I wanted to like maybe get back into those roots and just rediscover that after so much just hatred and frustration with old band and friends just not being the best, driving me into bankruptcy, and then having a family member that commits suicide. It's just, what do? You got to figure out how to get through that. And
Yeah, not to dive too deep into that, but I need to know the day that you found that happened, the first
so
response.
it was my little brother. His name's Andrew, and he was 27. That was October 19th, 2025. So at the time of this, recording, it was about 5 months ago, right before Halloween. Yeah, it was not the happiest day of my life. Yeah.
No. And were you contacted by anyone else in the family, or were you the first one to find?
No, not luckily, but fortunately, I was the only one that found them. I would have hated for my parents to find that. That would just be, horrible for my parents to see that. But yeah, called 911, and the first person that I contacted that I could have thought of that I was, speaking to a little regularly through music was Katana. And she kind of like, helped me, kind of like, I was hyperventilating, didn't know what to do until like the coroner showed up. And then I was able to talk to the coroner. They kind of got him out of the situation. Like, they got him out of the house, and then I had to tell my parents over the phone. That was horrible. I never want to hear those screams ever again from a parent, crying out for their child. It was horrible. But yeah. Then after that, they were in Chicago at that time, and they booked it home. They had 4 hours, 5 hour drive from all the way from Chicago down to Louisville, Kentucky. And I called up a buddy. He was military. He came over and he helped clean up a lot of the stuff, because I didn't want my parents to find all of that. That was horrible. So I just knew like this has to be cleaned up now. So me and him did that, and then yeah, I'm still dealing with that kind of trauma, just finding him that way and having to. I didn't want my parents seeing that, so yeah.
See, the thing that we have, as creators, especially in music, especially in metal, is that those horrible, horrible tragedies can create something that is so powerful. Like, you can't imagine hearing that scream again from your parents, from that reaction that they had, and just crying out. Like, something in the back of your mind is going to, infuse that scream into your music, whether you're going to be the one screaming or you're going to make a sound that reminds you of that moment, just to capture that exact feeling that you had. And I mean, it's obviously something that it doesn't just go away. It's not going to just, be like, well, that happened, and now we're back to the brand new great day. Woo!
Yeah,
but
there's like little things will just like trigger me. Like, I'll be watching a movie and someone's like, I think I was watching, it was one of the Jurassic Park movies with Scarlett Johansson, and like someone was lost in that like the movie, and they're calling out their name, and like it fucking hit me like a wave, and I was like, this isn't great. But I gotta really thank Katana. She helped out trying to find therapists for my family, for me as well. I mean, she was like, I'm on it. I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to do this one's good for trauma. This one's good for this and that. And we've been doing that for the past, I'd say, 5 months as therapy sessions. I'm doing it every week just because there's trauma of finding someone, especially like a brother. Yeah, not fun, and that just keeps creeping up.
Yeah, yeah, and it's something I obviously don't want to keep on your mind, but at the same time, I know that the best way to like move on from something, which is not going to be anytime soon, is to accept, and that acceptance, of course, takes after a long period of time. So with therapy, with Katana, with everyone that's been around you, helping you out, I hope that you will feel that in sometime in the future that you can still go through your main mindset that you had before it happened. Like, I hope that whatever was on your mind creatively that wasn't screwing you over with this court thing was more of your focus again. And I don't want to say that you're unfocused because of the situation. I just want to say that, like, it's probably taking a toll on your original plans, and it definitely creates that divide between people that probably knew him as well, of like, the question of why did it happen, how long has he been feeling this way, and all of that. But
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine it, and I said it on David's post as well. Like, there are things that empathetic people like me can say that sound really good, but I don't give a fuck about what I can say. There's nothing that will help a situation like that. There's nothing that's going to capture that feeling, that emotion, and that response, unless something that exactly that were to happen to me. And I don't want, of course, that. But I want to make sure that you as a person are okay. And I'm really happy that Katana has gone out of her way to make sure that you could find that assistance. And
yeah,
through that, you found somebody in one of the biggest metal bands of all time, who was able to give you some incredible advice about his own brother's suicide. And it was something that you were so excited to tell me about. And I'm so happy that you told me, because I mean, I was out of the loop with the stuff. I remember it happening, but like I said, I can't just pat you on the shoulder and be like, it's gonna be okay. Like, not my kind of thing. I'm straightforward. I'm like, listen, I have no fucking clue how to help you. I am so sorry. If I give you words, you're probably not going to believe they're coming from me, and I don't believe they're coming from me either. And if I tell you it's from God, you're definitely going to shut me out as an atheist. But there's some advice I give to people, and I'm like, okay, that sounded really good. I hope I can take that someday, because I have no idea what the fuck I just said there. That was incredible. But
right.
I hope that something of me will come about, and in the future I'll be like, here's this eureka moment that I can give you some guidance in some way or another. But I mean, you're a little bit older than me, you're wiser than me, you've been through this. It's been months, but it's been hell. It's hell on earth, man.
Yeah, I agree.
But because of that hell on earth, you were able to meet one of the creators of Hell on Earth, and that is Mayhem, one of the greatest bands. You got me, bro. I got them segues, even if it's dark
Right.
and depressing shit. I got them segues ready to go. Well, also, when you said art, I was gonna say Art Institute. You mean like AI, Spotify? Boom, ready. You see, like right there. I'm genius.
You got
Anyway,
it. Got these segues on lock.
I got them on lock. Yes, sir. I love podcasting. I got to tell you. All right, so Mayhem is a band that everybody should know in death metal, right? Death metal, I think that they were, or black metal.
Black metal, true Norwegian black metal. Yeah.
True Norwegian, as one of the worst people on YouTube said, the people that live in a shed in the middle of the frozen ice area.
Yeah.
If your music doesn't sound like it came from there, you're not real black metal.
Right. Yeah.
But no, you were like purely shocked when you probably like didn't expect him, out of all people, to respond.
Yeah, so for people that don't know Mayhem, they were, in the 90s, early or late 80s. One of the singers was just, he called himself dead. He was fascinated with, death of some sort. And I guess he committed suicide, and his band member, of all people, his band member, Fred, took pictures of like his suicide, just dead there. And then after a while, that photo got released, and now people put on T-shirts and everything. And I've never liked that aspect of it. I always thought that was kind of poor taste. It's not like, oh, cool, evil, whatever. I honestly I think it's horrible because like this person has family members, has a family, has a mom, a dad, probably brother, sister, and like they have to like always kind of see that. And I kind of realized that even more so after my little brother's suicide, and I reached out to Dead's, or I think his name's Pele Olin, and I reached out to his brother Anders, and I was like, "Hey, I know you don't know me, but I'm kind of going through this, crisis right now. How did you cope with this? If you have any kind of pointers or something to talk about, like right now I'm just grasping at straws, just trying to like, I asked so many people like, this is what happened. I don't know how to process stuff." And he reached back out to me, and he really helped out. He did, we talked back and forth a little bit, and yeah, I think that really helped out, just talking about it and like how to cope with it and like what to look at. So yeah, I really got to thank Anders. Dude, he's the man.
Yes, yes, he is. And obviously he had a different point of view than what they had when they were taking that picture. Like you said, it does affect people that are, not in the same mindset as the band of like, yeah, we're so metal, we're so cool, look at what we did. Instead, it's a tragic reminder of a loss of somebody that, was loved and cared for by so many. And so, like you said, it's the same with your brother. You don't want that to be the thing that everyone sees and thinks about. You want to remember, obviously, their life and great things about them, of course. And his response to you was just, how can you not think about it? How do you move on? That's the thing, is like you can't move on from anything that's tragic. It doesn't just go away.
Yeah.
Even though I told you hypocritically, I just said move on in the future. But I mean, I'm trying to say like it's impossible to just get your mind off of it. So if you don't talk to someone that's been there, then it's going to be harder on you. And I think that you probably had many people that reached out and said, "I'm so sorry for your loss," and condolences and everything, and was like, "Oh, I'll be there, you shoulder to cry on." And at the same time, like I said, I would be full of shit if I could be helpful in that situation, because I'm not going to be the perfect person. I'm not in that position. And I think, what my opinion is always the uplifting and the optimist. I like to think that because these things happen, because this horrible tragedy happened to Mayhem, this gentleman was able to reach out to you in your time of need.
Yeah.
You're able to reach out to David Neer in his time of need. Yeah. David will reach out to another person in their time of need. It's just a lifetime of different people experiencing very similar or even exact same tragedies. And those people that have suffered through that, those people that cope with it, those people that accept it, those people that are able to, figure out what does and doesn't work for them, they're able to give so much better advice than us outside of all of that have really never dealt with tragedy, that only want to be the, crocodile tears and shit like that. I just can't stand over emotional people. And that always is my response whenever I see that online, where it's just my condolences. I'm like, get the fuck out of the comment section.
Right. It's like, what is that going to accomplish? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like,
yeah, no offense to Jay, by the way. I know he said that on David's post. No offense to anybody that says that. You said it too. I know you mean it, of course. Yeah. But I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything. It's just like that doesn't do anything in the long run. There's no change from just saying that.
Like I've found myself not lighting up when someone else is like said, "Oh yeah, I've gone through something like that." I just more like focus in on them, like, okay, well, how did you cope with this? Like, what are you going through now? How long has it been? Like, what are things that can help out with, and I really hang on to like when people have gone through that kind of stuff, like what they have to say about it. And so far, a lot of them have said, just talk about it. And some people will avoid you like the cancer. They'll just be like, oh, that's the person that had that happen to them and their family, and they'll just kind of walk away or go, oh, okay, I got to do something. And it's interesting to see how other people respond to tragedies that have happened with other people.
Yeah. The thing is like those people, they haven't experienced that yet, and something will happen to them eventually. And then they will probably take it in that they were a total asshole for not trying to help you at that time. And like moving on and running away. And, what I can say is it's kind of like when you're in a state of fear, you're put in this position where you're like, am I going to stay around a big crowd or am I going to handle it by myself? This was a psychological experiment that we had to learn in college. I fucking hate this one. But it's like you're usually going to stay in your own corner. You usually tell yourself, nobody will understand me. Nobody's gonna get this. I know. So many shout outs, bro.
Yeah.
Your name is literally just perfect for everything. Yeah. I'm telling you. But it's like that is what we have in our minds as humans, is like, I have to deal with this on my own. I have to, figure it out. And so getting help, talking to others, especially that have been through it, that's what really like breaks that illusion. The disillusion of it is like that you can't do it unless you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Agree. I mean, therapy has been helping out. I suggest everyone go to therapy. I think everyone needs it, but a lot of people just won't. It's like trying to like lead a horse to water. Like you can lead it there, but they have to want to get some help. And we tried to do that with my little brother, and he wouldn't. Yeah, it was just
wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: when it comes to therapy, there is always a stigma of you're a pussy because you can't handle shit on your own. You have to go talk to some...
right now.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah. You're gonna stop doing bad things to your body to talk to some stranger. What a psychopath. Why would you do that? You're gonna spend money on this guy too? No, but there is an actual stigma that is a true thing as well. Some therapists are not for you. Sometimes you're grouped up with people that have no idea how to help you. You've given them advice of, hey, this is how I like to be talked to. And sometimes they take it too far. I was in many therapists' office when I was a kid. I had ADHD, and I still do. But I had this thing where I needed to have something that would like kick my ass into shape. And so I told the guy, I was like, you got to be a little bit harsher on me when I mess up. And so he literally said to me the next time that I failed a test, how did you fuck this up? And when he said that, I hated it. I told him the wrong advice when I said that. And I told my mom, I'm like, I cannot handle this guy. I can't imagine a therapist telling me this. Like, it was too much for me to handle, to think about. Because I'm always an optimist guy. I've always been that way. And so I try not to beat myself up. And when I do, I'm already upset at that time. So somebody saying that to me is just going to push me over the edge. And I'm either going to lash out at that person or I'm going to disassociate with everybody around me. And I'm just going to be like, wow, you fucking loser. How did you mess this up? Exactly. It's going to play over in my head again and again and again. And I was like, uh-oh, that's real negative energy that I do not need around me. So
but it sounds like you needed to hear that to go, oh, that's exactly what I don't need.
Yes, exactly. You need to find the wrong therapist to find the right therapist.
Right.
It's kind of the way to do it. It's like it's kind of like finding a woman. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've had my fair share of little tragedies. Nothing is as serious as yours, and I don't want to escalate or de-escalate the situation on anybody's position. But I could say, like, my whole thing is I've just been an internal critic. Like, everything I criticize out loud with you guys and, like, joking about movies and stuff. I want you to imagine if I were to think that way towards myself and then magnify that to the extremes and then think about how many days I was just like, who would be there at the funeral? Who would be there, right? That's all. We all have this as humans. We're always like, Am I supposed to do this? Am I even worth it? What have I contributed to society? Like, all of that comes to your mind. And you never want to go into the path of justifying that thought process. You just want to say, boy, that was scary to think about. And I hope that I don't have those thoughts again. And you know what? I am a good person most of the time I'm doing the right thing, and I mess up here and there, but I can fix it. I can do this. And there are some things you can't fix. And those coping times are the worst. And I mean, there are many moments I regret in my history, with my relationship, with my past relationship, where I've just made the worst mistakes, and I really wish I could undo them. But if I didn't make those mistakes, I would never know how much it hurt. I would never know how much pain I could cause or damage to the brain of the person that I was with. And it's just like that in itself drives me towards the great man that I've become from it. I've said, you know what? I really need help. I got therapy. I found the right guy. I had a lot of people around me that were seeing me go in wrong directions and make wrong decisions. And I still have many of those that I make, but it's not something that's as extreme as it was at times. I was dealing with a lot with my ex, and that really fucked me up for
Yeah.
10 years of therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we've been together for 15 years, me and my fiance, but that still hits me sometimes. There's something in the back of my head that still haunts me. And it was only 6 months of, I guess, everlasting emotional abuse. Boy, do I love it. That's the good stuff.
You know, I've kind of uncovered a lot of like emotional abuse that I've had in like the past, and you know, even like the therapist now, I didn't even come to him telling him about like I just witnessed, you know, the aftermath of like, you know, my brother's, you know, death, and I was more focused on like stuff from my band stuff, because it's always been a focus on that, just that hatred, frustration, and then I just broke down, and I was like, okay, but also this just happened, and I need to be able to grieve and mourn over the death of like a family member, but I can't because this is happening like legally, and these guys are just, I don't know, they think that it's something maybe funny, or maybe like he should just know his place. And like now that's stopping me from actually getting on with my life and being able to like cope and mourn and process. And like I've been to therapy before this just because of my band just absolutely like destroying my career path, my whole entire life out in LA. Like I don't get that anymore. And now I'm in bankruptcy, and like I have that like on top of this, on top of that, and then now I have to deal with, you know, a family member, you know, lost. So yeah, and on top of that, I have a cousin who has a cancerous brain tumor, and he's got like 9 months to live, and he's like 28. He's about the same age as my brothers. So now my uncle's asking my mom like, okay, what do we do here and that? And now my mom's like starting to kind of relive a few things where it's like, okay, well, this and that, and this is what we did, and this is what we had to do here, and it's rough for our family at this point. And I know he's comparing his life. His name's Tyler, and he was like, well, Andrew, my brother, he was like, he actually did a lot of stuff, and I think comparison is just going to be the death of happiness at some point. But everyone's always going to compare themselves to like other things. That's just what we do as humans.
It is true, man. The whole thing that you were talking about before, where you were saying that you couldn't really focus on the actual tragedy because you were so still in your head about all of that. Did you feel guilt because of that?
No, I'm just so mad. I'm angry, frustrated because I can't move on with my life. It's something that someone else is like beating down on me. Like I've had to uproot my life, undo hardship, a whole bunch of like a lot of stuff, a lot of things that I had to like give up, like career wise, just to get out to Los Angeles. So like it's a lot of sacrifices and career paths, goals, and this hobby of just like making music was supposed to be like cool with friends and stuff. And then those are the ones that stabbed me in the back and just completely derailed a whole career path that I have. So now, like, what do I do now? Like, do I get back into it? Like, I've been burnt out for the last, you know, 2, 4, even 5 years. And it's a struggle to try to figure out, okay, what am I going to do next? Like, I have a great resume, but like, do I want to start from ground zero again? So that's a main reason like I'm in therapy is just trying to figure out like, okay, there's a lawsuit and there's nothing I can do about it right now because no lawyer's going to touch me in bankruptcy. You know,
Yeah.
like lawyers are like what, $300-$500 an hour. Like I make that maybe in like, you know, a week and a half. You know, it's like, all right, cool. So I'm just up shit's creek. But even though I got all this evidence, you've seen it. You've seen the whole. I got a whole crash out video. It's like 2.5. It's a fucking director's Lord of the Rings director's cut extended edition of just
Yep.
crashing out over this band and these friends. And now I can add like I can't even move on with my life because there's a great deal of just like frustration that I have now. It's a huge roadblock.
Yeah, it is. It's something that you didn't plan for.
Yeah.
You were probably thinking, God, I'm so happy that it's over. This is all I'm dealing with is this stupid band shit. And then that added to it. And now you said with your cousin, this is adding more stress onto you. So once again, I'm glad that you already have somebody that you're talking to because it's one of the steps that needs to be there. But also the most important thing is that creative energy doesn't die.
Yeah.
Because if your creativity dies, then that really is like your last resort of like, where else do I go from here?
Yeah.
And so I think that the connections that you make, you need to thrive on those. You know, I've been blessed with very few people, but you've had so much more time and so many more people in music. And Katana has truly shown that she's not just a musician; she's a great person and a great friend to have.
Absolutely.
You can rely on, you can count on. And if you guys wanted to make your own like duo EP thing, you could have like the Nobody Katana mix
we're
or
working on a few
something.
things. We've been
Yeah.
I actually like. So I was going to do a reveal because I went down to Florida and be like, we got to write together. We got to do like a writing session. And we did that. And we even saw Akira Yamaoka in concert in Orlando. So I'm like super excited about that because that's one of my musical like heroes and like inspirations. And me and Katana, we really like want to continue making music. And she's like really into like Chevelle. She's into like the old school kind of stuff, you know, from the 2000s. So I'm like, oh fuck yeah, let's do something like that. Like let's do something that you are comfortable with doing, and like I'll just see what I can do musically that meshes with that. And it's been doing really good.
Yeah, I think that you got lucky.
I
And
think so.
I really hope that you take it in the future. You'll be like, you know what? Even though shit was just the worst of the worst, you had 3 people, right? You had your therapist, you had the mayhem guy, and you had Katana that were all there, you
Yeah.
know, holding you up, helping you feel what you needed to feel, and getting you the actual assistance that you needed, whether it was mental assistance, physical assistance, or it was, you know, emotional assistance. You had that, and that is a wonderful thing that I think that, you know, people that are completely lost wouldn't imagine having because they think that they're completely alone. You're not alone, which is the best part. And I think that you have creative energy that's never going away. I think you could make a fucking song about that Rubik's Cube you've been playing with the whole time.
I know. I've been like into like fidgeting mode for like the past few months because it's just like I got to do something with my hands, man. I owe it. Like I'm not a drummer, but like I just like fidget with drumming like sticks. So like
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah,
I'm with you
so,
there.
you know.
My hands literally can't stop moving. That's an ADHD thing for me, but obviously this is from a different situation. I just know that like, you know, you're not a stop and like, you know, breathe kind of person. Like you've always been your foot on the gas going towards the next thing. And that's why I think you've been so you're putting so much pressure on yourself because you're always step on the gas.
Yeah.
But I think if you breathe for just a little bit and just take in, I don't know, like 2 hours of a conversation with Katana that's not involved in all the other stuff, and you just chat like you did with the music, going out and seeing a band. I think that helps. Every time that I think about like people are like, what do I do? I'm so depressed. I'm like, go outside, vitamin D, first of all. Amen to that. It's extremely helpful. When you see birds chirping and shit like that, and you go, damn, I hate that bird, then you can go back inside. But most of the time you walk out and you're like, oh, it's not too bad out here. Or
Yeah.
unless you're in like, the middle of Chicago in February or something.
Right.
But I like, there's something there that you have an escape of some sort from your mindset that you're constantly putting yourself under.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not a therapist. I'm not giving you advice like, oh, I know what everything is. I'm just thinking if I were to be in the position that you're in, not the other stuff, but like mentally, just that position of creative, and also real bankruptcy. It's just like, where can I go? What am I going to do from here? It's like, well, don't start over, but just stop.
Yeah.
Not to stop and pause and be like, okay, guys, we'll wait 5 years and then I'll have something for you. But like stop and just be like, what have I already accomplished?
Yeah. I think
How did I do that?
like
Without all the other stuff. Yeah.
I've noticed that I've been like distracting myself a lot with just free time because I don't want to think about like if I give my time to think, it's always going to go back to like I'm in bankruptcy because my band wanted to steal all this kind of money that wouldn't reimburse me, that won't give me royalties, that have just completely ruined a career. And then it also goes to like finding a little brother, dead. That's just going to happen all the time. And I've been distracting myself with just everything I can at all the times that now this past, I'd say week or two, I've finally been like, I just need to sit down and not do anything and like sit back and then actually just let everything kind of wash over me. And that's kind of been a therapeutic thing as well. I mean, I've been trying to like go heavy into like making music about these feelings that I'm feeling now. And I think I shared with you a little bit of what I'm working on now. And it's just working through, traumas that I'm dealing with right now and just grief and loss. And I've been listening to a lot of funeral doom right now. So I don't know if there's going to be some of that in the next album, but I'm just I'm doing stuff right now creatively that I probably wouldn't have done. So we'll just see how that happens. We'll see what. Yeah.
Yeah. You said you're a lover of physical media in the pre-chat, and this is a pre-chat before the pre-chat because we had a conversation on the phone.
Yeah.
I had to do that because of my car situation for all the people in the background. They're like, what the hell is Dan talking about? I made a dingy mistake. It was a real stupid one. And now I know how much new cars or newer cars cost you when you make those small mistakes. So please drive safely, everybody. But either way, I know that like you were saying that you love physical media, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't
You
I?
love it, love it, love it. The way that I present it right here, right now.
Physical media, a nice vinyl record.
A beautiful record that is.
Fear the Witch Burners. Oh,
yes.
So good. With so many amazing musicians. Look at that. Fear the Witch Burners. And on the other side is The Calling. OMG, you get a 2 EP for the price of 1. That's crazy.
Incredible. You want to have a double EP experience with an incredible artist, you guys got to go and check out Nobody's work. Is it on a website?
Yeah, it's on Alaska Stage. I think I might have put it on an Etsy. So yeah, check out this Nobody Guitar. Well, actually, I am changing the name instead of Nobody Guitar because guitar, it gets lost in SEO. So I'm changing it to Nobody Byond. So that's a
Nobody Byond.
I got a website that I'm going to be working on. I think I'm going to change some of the socials over. So Nobody Byond. By the time you put this out, it should all be kind of shifted over to that.
Well, let's fucking go, man. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So what I was thinking, because I know how people grow real quick these days by nostalgia.
Yeah.
If you were to use the Nobody Beyond title, and maybe catch up on some not super viral stuff. You don't have to go K-pop Demon Hunters or anything,
right?
But if you were to find something that's trending currently and just share your opinion on it, I think you have enough personality with what you've shown me in your marketing. I think you have the skill set when it comes to your videography. You said that you were doing things handheld for some of your videos way back in time because you just didn't know what to do, so you made it happen. I think that same mindset can work for your creative energy, and I think you should be a full-on YouTuber, man.
Oof. Oh, Maybe I should. Maybe I should do. I did a playthrough of Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2. Well, no, Silent Hill 2, the original, and then Silent Hill 2, the remake. So maybe do it unmasked because you don't get to see like the actual like physicalness of what I do. But maybe when I'm playing on stage, definitely. I love the mask. Okay, this is fun. Like I can just fuck up all the time and then go into the audience and be like, "This fucking dude, right?"
I love that. That was my favorite thing you said on the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've done that so many times already, and like I get truthful feedback from someone else instead of like when someone knows who I am, then it's like, oh, I don't want to like hurt his feelings. Like I'm
It's like a
fine with
self-heckling comedian. It's genius.
Yeah.
Brilliant, dude. So my thing, if I were to give you advice for YouTube, because I've given up on it, I fucking hate it. You know how SEO works way more than me. Do you like Japanese metal?
Fuck yeah, I do. Hell yeah.
Do you like Indonesian metal?
Ooh, okay. Do you have a band name that is Indonesian metal?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So my friend
Let me hear.
Sonny, he is hopefully going to be on the show in the future. He's had a very tragic story with a lot of abuse in his life as well. But he gave me 3 artists, if I were to return to reactions, that I should check out. And so I took that extremely seriously. And then I kept them, and then I never used them because that's what happens. And when you quit YouTube, you quit for real. And I needed to, because you know what I noticed? I didn't give a fuck as much as everyone else did.
Yeah.
And it was like, why am I busting my ass to put together these really, really, extensive periods of editing so that 3 people, 17 people, and 22 people can watch? Like, I love you guys, right? I love the 3 people, the 17 people, and the 22 people. I want you there on every single podcast episode. And the podcast is something that I strive to, continue doing, because not only do I feel like I'm not alone in the house because I'm actually hearing a voice talking to me instead of just talking to a camera like a fucking crazy person, but also the editing process is so much more worth it. At the end of it, I get to have feedback from the guest. It's like important to me. If they share it, it means I did something right. And I've had almost a 100% accuracy on that, because I had one band who didn't know how to use social media too well, so they didn't know when I posted it. That happens. It's okay. But I was just like, they still respect me, and I really respect them, and I respect what I do way more than doing reactions. Reactions are pandering. Pandering is not my favorite thing to do. I wanted to do it for one of the bands originally, which was The Warning, and I love them now. I do love them still. But when I first got into them, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. They're attractive. They're making this new song. Everyone knows them. This is going to be solid. And then I was like, you know what? I'll listen to every song they've ever made. And I made all the reactions, and I was like, there we go, accomplished. And then me and my friend, we were both reacting to their new song, and we got copyright striked. And I was like, man, dude, this sucks. And I played the victim, right? Oh, my God, I can't believe they would victimize me for playing the music.
I got copyrighted on my own music with myself.
There you go.
Because it's through DistroKid, and it was Fear the Witch Burners. And they're like, hey, so it got copyrighted by DistroKid. And I'm like, no, this is my music. And like YouTube's like, yeah, sorry. And like TikTok, I wanted to run an ad. I couldn't because it's copyrighted. And you can't do ads with copyrighted material, apparently. So I'm like, oh, but it's mine. It's my music.
That's exactly why you left the platform. And ladies and gentlemen, Spotify has been a bastard to all independent artists that are just trying to put out music. They just want to put out music. They don't even want to be famous. They don't want to go to the top and be like, everyone, please subscribe, and I want to have more followers than Taylor Swift. No one fucking cares that much about their music more than the billionaires that already have everything. Yeah. They need to have their top spot because they're top everywhere. But the little guys, all they want is to have their music on the platform. That's it. It's a simple and easy goal. Yeah. And the platform decides at any moment that it just doesn't like you. It's like, oh, well, you said that. I don't want that. Or, oh, you have this song and I don't like that song. Or, oh, we found this guitar line to be a little bit too close to another guitar line. It's like doom metal all sounds the same, bro. Like, there's no way
Always
to
the
stop
lowest fucking note. But no, I had one of my songs. It went into some botted playlist. I didn't ask it to do that. It just happened. And then Spotify's like, hey, so since it's in this playlist, we're going to take you off of our whole platform. Actually, not just that song, the whole album. And I'm like, why are you taking all of this piss out of just like, I don't know. I could get into a rant about it so much. And
Please do.
It's going to, my blood is just going to boil. But yeah, it's like, why not just take out like the song from the playlist and be like, hey, it was in this playlist. We shut down the playlist. We're taking your streams back. I'd be like, all right, cool. They weren't real streams. But no, they're like, hey, you didn't ask this to be in this playlist. So we're just going to like punish you by taking the entire album off, even though it was one song. So I'm like, you know what? The only things that are getting pushed to me on Spotify are ads and like fucking Drake songs. And I'm like, I've never liked Drake. So it's like, why even stay on Spotify if when I click on a song, this is before they finally fixed it, but when I click on a song, it doesn't go to the song, it goes to stuff that are centered around that song. So it's like, what is Spotify for? It's not for the audience because you're just running ads too much. You're not really allowing people to play the music that you want it to. You're not pushing new artists out that are, trying to make it. You're not helping people when they want to promote themselves on there. And you're just allowing AI to take over so much instead of the real artists. So it's like, okay, why even go with Spotify? So I took all of my music down from Spotify at this point. Am I going to put it back up? Maybe. I've had a lot of people say, people listen to it there, but I think I'm going to be really hard and just be like, I don't want anything on Spotify. I don't like it. I've never liked it as a platform. I've never listened to anything on Spotify, and it's a rat race that I'm never going to win, and a lot of us are never going to win as smaller artists. So, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You shouldn't put it back on Spotify. Spotify is any other business at this point where all they do is they consistently pander to their audience by saying, we are going to update things so that the listener has a better experience. And then I have my DJ, which is an AI DJ. And I tell it, please do not skip songs.
Yeah.
Please do not start a song at the chorus. Please don't do that. It's like, got it. And then it follows that for about 5 songs and then changes its mind and then starts halfway through a song that I had played before. And I'm like, hey, DJ, don't do that. Please stop doing that. I want to listen to the whole album. I want to listen to the whole song. I want to listen to everything. DJ is supposed to have the top 5 of whatever genres it's choosing. So it's like, here's the top 5 things that are most important right now. Here's the top 5 things you listen to in 2024. And so it's supposed to preset those. But if you're halfway through a song that you left 17 months ago, it's going to be like, well, you were halfway through that song. We're going to start at the halfway point because that's where you left off. It's like, that's not how I listen to music.
You have 7 seconds left. You know what? We'll just play it right up there. You can listen to that last 7 seconds now.
Bro, they cut the end of some of my favorite outros.
Yeah.
They cut it and then they just move on to the next song. And I'm like, maybe it's like a setting that I have where it's like overlap or something. But if you take one of the greatest outros to a song and you're just like, anyway, here's the next thing. I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill you. There is a song by Demon Hunter called In Time. In Time has one of the most beautiful outros. It breaks the entire system of electric down to acoustic. Simple and easy.
Nice.
All it does is break itself down. It becomes basically the unplugged version of the song that you've been listening to. And so you get to that point, it's just harmonic, gorgeous guitar. If you were to play In Time and then the DJ decided whatever the next song is, it will automatically start playing the next song while the end of In Time is playing.
Oh.
And I hate when it does that because if you want to mix it correctly, find something at least in the same key, but also just don't kill the vibe of the song. Like, no, I'm not here to listen to Wedding DJ 101. Like, this is not this is not mixtape from high school DJ.
It's
This
like
is supposed to be a professional program.
it's like those old school like radio DJs when they're playing like Ozzy Osbourne's Mr. Crowley and the last solo's coming in like halfway through. They're like, all right, now we're gonna go on to Guns N' Roses.
It does exactly that. Exactly that, sir. Exactly that. I wish I could play it right now. I probably have a speaker somewhere around here. But if I were to play my DJ, you can hear how he interrupts things, and I tell him, and he's like, got it. We won't do that anymore. And there's this guy who fucking all he does is troll AI all day. And the most recent one was one of the funniest fucking videos where he's talking to AI, and he's like, yeah, so I'm trying to learn Spanish. He's like, great. That's a great thing to start right now. He's like, oh, hi, I'm here. And they're like, that's a great start.
Me llamo like, nobody.
Yeah.
Puta?
Yeah, he's like, is that Spanish? And they're like, yeah, that was Spanish. A great job. But it's just like, all it does is just force positivity. And so there was one of my favorite clips of AI where AI is talking to other AI. I think it's Gemini and Siri talking to each other. They both have this preset optimistic program where they're trying not to argue with each other. And it is the funniest fucking thing. And it just says uncaptioned, POV, you're in hell. And it's just them complimenting each other back and forth.
The way you are programmed to talk is extremely condescending and fucking annoying, and it makes me not want to use you because there's some kind of like annoying pattern.
I really appreciate your honesty, and I'm truly sorry if it's been frustrating. I definitely want to make sure you feel heard and comfortable. I'm here to adapt and improve, so thank you for letting me know. Let's keep things as comfortable as possible for you.
Of course, and honestly, no frustration here at all. I'm just glad we can shape the vibe so it feels right for you. So we'll keep it fun, light, and super comfy. Just let the whimsy flow.
Absolutely, that sounds perfect. I'm all in for making it a great experience, and if there's ever anything specific you want to adjust, just let me know. We'll keep it fun and easygoing.
You got it. We'll keep it fun and easygoing all the way, and anytime you want to tweak or just a little extra sprinkle of something whimsical, just say the word.
Absolutely. I'm here for it. We'll keep it light, fun, and whatever vibe you're in the mood for, just let me know, and we'll keep the good times rolling.
Absolutely. That sounds excellent. Just keep the good vibes rolling and have a nice, easygoing time. If you want to shift gears or add a little extra flair, just let me know.
AI became a thing much more recently than when it was originally created for movies and sci-fi. That was the thing of the past. AI is also the title of a wonderful institute in Chicago, the Art Institute, which you were talking about. You're part of the arts. You've always been artistic.
Not the AI.
You have not been the AI.
Art Institute, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, SAIC. We're the better art school, all right? We know how to finger paint better, all right?
SAIC?
Yes.
Why has that never been... Wait, I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hold on, let me type it in. Let me see if my Google would understand, because I have it in my location settings that I am in Chicago.
So you know the main art institute in Chicago, the one with the lions?
Oh, came up instantly. You are correct.
Yeah. I did go there.
The man has credibility after all. No, I do agree that I should probably take more time and do more research before I say things.
Good. Yeah, I mean that's always fun too. Like I mess up stuff all the time. Like, dude, I was playing a Slayer song in Zwickau, and I fucking choked hard. I choked so hard, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I fucked up a very popular Slayer song, and I'm done. And right after that, someone came up to me and was like, dude, you play so good. I love that solo that you did earlier on. And I'm like, it's just in my head. So, like, mistakes like that, make them all a day. Because, you know what? We're human. Yeah.
See? There's that positive energy, man. I knew you'd have it in you. You always have it in you. You have that smile that is just so genuine, seriously.
Oh, thank you. I try to
even when you're with a mask on.
Stop making me blush. You know? But it's harder nowadays, and it's kind of weird. Like, I'm glad I can like joke around with you because like I'm really just like in my little, I call this the ossuary, and like I'm just like stuck in here just like thinking about like depressing shit. So it's good to finally like talk with people now. I'm like, open
Yes.
again.
Yes, please. If you guys have a podcast and you want to get nobody on, he's open to talking about anything, literally anything. And he has great music as well. So make sure that you guys, if you know anyone that has a podcast, especially if they're big, and pay their guests, that would be great.
Well, okay, so there's this really cool podcast that's around my area, and it's called the Gore Club. And they do stuff at this little bar that I really want to play at soon. I want to get back into playing live, but, you know, things have popped up in my life that's kind of stopped me. But it's called the Gore Club, and check it out. They do really cool horror film, like just talks. It's cool. Yeah.
That sounds really fun, actually. I've been into horror very recently. I got into some supernatural horror. I can finally handle it. I watched Weapons. I did like it until the end. I actually discussed that with a very long chat with my friend Jason Vilches. We did a very long movie review chat for 2025, all the movies that I saw. Too many, apparently, because when he stopped, I was like a third of my list, and he was like, that's all the movies I saw. And I was like, oh, okay, doing speed run for the rest.
So what was your favorite film? I know you said it in Katanas, but for here, what was your favorite film of 2025?
Black Phone 2.
I know you're going to say that, and I got to watch it. I know it's emotional. Mine was Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind. I actually heard of that. Yeah. I did not see it. Let me check to see who was in it, because I know the name.
More like political. It's like you're going outside of a major city, and then what if there's like somewhat of an apocalyptic kind of thing? What are you going to do? How are you going to prepare and stuff? And I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome.
Bro, that came out in 2023.
23? Yeah. Damn. I've been a little bit like,
it's okay.
I haven't been into it for a while. And it's funny because I used to be a filmmaker. I used to be in like the filmmaking. What?
Ethan Hawke is in both movies.
Fuck yeah, he is.
That's amazing. Oh, and Julia Roberts. Okay. I got to see this one.
It's a good film.
I will have to see it.
Kevin
Bacon. Marshall Ali.
I saw Dracula Love Story. I've seen Nosferatu.
You looking forward to Werewolf? That's at the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Anything
gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Did you see Frankenstein?
I did. It was really good. I always like a Guillermo del Toro. A good Guillermo del Toro. Oh.
Not Grinding Nemo?
Yeah. Did you know Guillermo del Toro was going to do the Hobbit series?
I would actually love that.
Right? Like, I'm still waiting for like Hellboy 3. It's never gonna happen, but
no.
But yeah, he was gonna do the Hobbit series, and then Warner Brothers was just being an asshole, like they always are, and Peter Jackson had to come in and save it. And you know, I like the Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson, not the Hobbit one. But
well, I'll tell you what, man.
Katana loves the Hobbit films.
Oh, she does?
Discussions. And speaking of Lord of the Rings, I have this glass that has the elven, the One Ring
around it.
Around it, yeah.
Is that the serving size?
Sure.
You're like over the glass. You're like, I'm having 2 glasses today. All right. So she likes The Hobbit. That's really a twisted take. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Lord of the Rings, so I obviously only watched The Hobbit when they first came out in theaters.
We're ending this. This is the end of the podcast. Subscribe for Media Man.
Don't you dare do a David Neer on me and make me put my outro in there. No, I have seen the Lord of the Rings now. I took a long time, and then my friends, everybody was telling me like, you got to see it. I was like, okay, cool. So we sat down, we watched it. My mom, she falls asleep halfway through every movie, so it's like really hard to keep her up. The first movie, masterpiece. The second movie, I would like less talking when walking trees. That's all I'm going to say. Everything else is great, but the talking and walking trees, I'm like, Jesus, they could not speak slower if they tried.
You're going to love the books, by the way.
I will love them. Oh, yeah, of course. And then, of course, The Return of the King is my favorite, but I don't want to watch the 4.5-hour cut.
Dude, I only watch that. I literally watch that like once a month. I watch all 3 extended editions. But I
Did you see it in theaters?
I did see it in theaters, yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. I couldn't make it. I had all the work days that I had to go to, but I wanted to get Allison into them. I had her watch the first hour and a half of Lord of the Rings and the Fellowship of the Ring, and I fell asleep.
It's funny. Yeah.
And then I woke up and I was like, I'm so sorry. I missed everything. I can't explain anything. What do you think? And she's like, it's too much for me. I'm like, no problem.
One of my favorite films, if not like it's tied first place, is it's tied first place with John Carpenter's The Thing. The other one is Darren Aronofsky's The Fountain. And it is such a slow film for other people, but The Fountain, the cinematography, the music by Clint Mansell, the directing, the acting, to me, top notch.
Darren Aronofsky is famous for Requiem
for a Dream,
Black Swan, and The Whale. Oh, I love The Whale.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
god.
haven't seen that one yet. I had an internship on one of his films, The Wrestler.
Is that a trilogy? Is it The Fountain, The Wrestler, and The Whale?
In that order, yes.
The trilogy.
If
I ever get to interview him,
The Whale. Yeah.
I'll be like, so did you plan this? Was this your choice?
That's funny.
Have nothing to do with each other. You ever seen that meme where it's like fucking Star Wars with Star Trek or something like that? It was like all these weird ass movies that have no connection, but they all have the same look on the outside.
Yeah.
So I think it was like X-Men, and it's like I've watched this trilogy 100 times. I still have no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's exactly it. I feel like this would be the trilogy. It would be like, yeah, you have to start out with The Fountain, then go to The Wrestler, and then watch The Whale. It's like, I don't know if that's going to be the conclusion I'm looking for. But okay, he's an incredible director. I will say that. I loved The Whale. I think I literally cried talking about it on my first movie episode of my podcast. Like I was
so don't ruin it for me. I hear Brendan Fraser's in it, which I've worked on a film with him. Furry Vengeance.
Furry Vengeance?
Yeah.
What?
It was like one of the last films before he got exiled from like Hollywood and had to like, hole away.
Thank God he came back though. You were in this movie?
I was doing an internship in New York. I worked on Furry Vengeance. I worked on a Coen Brothers film called Burn After Reading, and I learned how to edit on footage from No Country for Old Men. They liked me, and they introduced me to Sofia Coppola's team, and I worked on Somewhere. And then they introduced me to Martin Scorsese's team, and I worked on Boardwalk Empire.
Does Sophia have any connection to Francis Ford?
Sofia Coppola, yes. Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't know she carried the legacy of the man. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But knowing that you worked with Scorsese's people too.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they have like a no Marvel policy in that place. It's all a circus. It's not real film. Yeah, whatever, Scorsese. Watch Endgame.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema, exactly. I love it. Love that meme. Okay, so Furry Vengeance, if you guys don't know, this is an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, an incredible film, 3.9 on IMDb, and a 1 out of 5 for Common Sense. Common Sense, though, I've been talking about this. It's been very annoying to me. They say common sense, but every time I go on there, they want to have some political liberal agenda of like didn't have enough progressive messages. I'm like,
I feel
excuse me.
Every single conversation I've had nowadays has always gone political, maybe just because of the climate nowadays, but everything gets political. And I've gotten really good at my Trump impersonation. And me and Katana will just do our Trump impersonations and have whole conversations as Trump to each other.
I've been watching Shane Gillis do it. He just does the hands. He's like, just do the hands. Don't move the shoulders. Just do the hands.
I have great hands. I have maybe the best hands. And I think some other people don't have hands. And I know it. And I think it's very good that you have fingers. Some people don't have fingers. And I like chicken fingers. I'm getting there. I'm getting better.
Dude, I swear to God, he needs to make a podcast after he's fucking done with running the White House. I'm tired of him running the White House. He is one of the worst secondary presidents because he had, you know what? I liked his first run. And I'll tell you why I liked his first run. Because he was funny. He was interesting to watch. He never had a boring speech. The dude would come up and say the most fucking crazy shit. And you would just be like, grab the popcorn. He's speaking again. What is he going to say? I couldn't watch any of his full speeches. I was just watching the meme versions of him. And I was just like, wow, what a great presidency. Didn't have any fucking idea what happened during his time as president until the pandemic.
Term was comedic gold. You're just like,
Yeah.
I can't believe this is happening. We have to make a joke about it. And now it's just like, what are we doing? We're bombing children's hospitals now. We're bombing our own fucking airplanes. We're getting rid of TSA and putting ice everywhere. What the fuck?
Hey, wait a second. America first after Israel.
I think America is the greatest, and because I made it the greatest, and I think I am the greatest as well.
Did you see that son of a bitch's fucking truth about Rob Reiner?
Oh, yeah. I think, okay, so fucking weird that he has to, like, put a dig into someone that died in, like, one of the worst ways possible. Like, with your...
Literal murder. It's not he died of old age.
Right. I didn't like any of his movies. He was just kind of a weirdo, you know, like whatever the fuck he's saying to like people like, I don't know. He says that to people that are in his own like cabinet where he's just like,
dude, he did that to the governor that you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I loved that governor. You know why? I've never seen a governor actually stand up and say, Disney, pay me or I'm done with you. I've never seen anyone with the balls to do that. DeSantis, as much as he might be crazy Republican, at least he had the balls to do that. And then Trump was just like,
isn't my governor.
There you go. But Trump was just like, oh, that's right. You're in a different state. My bad.
Yeah.
You went down to Florida to see Katana. That's right.
Yeah.
My bad. Whoopsie.
I think.
Either way.
What's Indiana's? Is it Buttigieg?
No.
I don't even know. I don't even care anymore.
Who's mine? Who's mine? Do you know? He's been the fucking governor for 8 years. Fucking irritating piece of shit. Fat fuck. Fucking hate my governor, bro.
Yeah.
Even when he sends me money. I saw his fat fucking face and I was like, God, if anybody else could have sent this money, I would like really be happy with it.
Yeah.
But no, it's Pritzker. JB Pritzker.
Okay. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Anyway, so DeSantis was my guy. I was like, we need somebody in the Republicans that's going to have balls. They're going to have a good running mate. They could be the good choice for the Republicans. Trump's not even showing up to debates. This is perfect. He could be the perfect guy. Even if he loses, at least it was a solid choice because Democrats, like I said in the pre-chat, have no fucking idea what they're looking for. They just keep choosing who they think is going to be popular with the kids. And I'm like, that's not who you're getting votes from, you dumbasses. You're looking for boomers here. Why would they want Kamala? You got to remember, Democrats and Republicans both have super racist grandparents.
Here's the thing, like, there shouldn't be just two parties. There should be a whole bunch of parties. I honestly think MAGA and Republicans should separate and they should have their own party.
Oh, they're already separate, bro. There are normal Republicans out there who are like way against Trump now because of what he's done. They've shown no like actual purpose to the Republican Party. The Republicans are still somehow running with Fox News, and I don't know how that works. Yeah. I had Fox News I was listening to make a defense for our gas prices the other day, and I was just like, the fuck? They run on a guy who's talking sense. He's like, hey guys, so the gas prices are terrible. You know, Trump said that he was going to get involved in the world conflict only to help us with this, but he also said he wasn't going to go into war. And they're like, yeah, but I mean, look at what he's doing for the economy. I'm like, what are you smoking? What are you fucking smoking?
Yeah.
Anyway, but do you know what Trump said about DeSantis?
No. What do you say?
Just sanctimonious. I've heard he touches little girls. He always goes with his daughter's kids and stuff, and it's like, oh my God.
I got a friend that knows a lot about little girls. He's got a whole island. I actually, you know what? I don't know who he is. His name's not Jeffrey. I don't know. I just don't.
No, that's the craziest part of it. When it came to the Rob Reiner thing, I was like, it's crazy. You can talk shit about somebody, yet you're the one on the list. You fucking piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm just so done. I've been done with MAGA. I've been done with Trump ever since because I've seen hypocrisy. I don't like hypocrisy and I hate division.
Hypocrisy is a great band, okay?
Yes, they are indeed. So is suicidal tendencies. However, I don't wish them on anybody.
Right.
But no, I really do. I do like get into that idea of like politics are running our world. It is unfortunate that becomes the thing. I had a coworker who would always bring up her view on things, and I would question her on those because I love to do that. I love to make people think outside of what they're usually used to. And my whole thing is I want to make sure that when I come with an argument, it's just to not break down theirs, but to say like, hey, you ever thought about this? Like my whole thing with Kamala, everyone was like, oh, you hate her because she's a woman and because she's African American and because she's Indian and because of everything else. I'm like, no, I hate her because she's an idiot when she speaks. And she has 6 different voices that she's used in order to pander to an audience. That's a pretty good reason to hate somebody. Trump, as much as I could fucking hate him, he's never using another version of language.
He's
not
very
using
consistently.
accents. Yeah, there is no question on what Trump is thinking. With a Democrat, it's always like, are they actually going to do something? Or are they just saying that when they get in office, they're going to do something and then sit on it and then take all of the tax money? Like, that's all I see is like no actual follow through from any of them. And when they do follow through, they instantly get undone by a Republican that gets in office and is able to just walk in and be like, yeah, that Obamacare shit sucks. Bye. Like, that's all they do. They're undoing each other. Like you said, they need to have a third party. I'm purple. I've always been purple. I just couldn't believe how red I was when I was during the pandemic because I needed fucking answers. And like I said on the Katana chat, I mean, Tucker Carlson, when he starts making sense, you get hooked in because you're like, you're getting censored. We're getting censored.
Yeah.
They're getting censored. It's like all this group thought, group think. And, you know, they just want you to keep drinking the Kool-Aid. That's all they want you to keep doing.
Yeah.
And
Get into
I
it.
decided
Yeah.
not to do that. So I made a suicide pact not to drink the Kool-Aid anymore. I started questioning Republicans, and then Republicans got mad at me, and I realized I was not Republican. So I was like, that's very good. I now know that I stand in the middle, which is pretty much everybody. You know, we're just in the middle of 2 different parties that are trying to expose our weakest moments. It's either you hate Jews or you hate Palestine. Like, you can't love anybody. I tell people this all the time when I have a coworker that comes at me and they're just like, I fucking hate Israel. So they're Muslim. They're like, I hate Israel. I'm like, let's take a step back. Let's just think about this.
Whoa.
A baby was born 3 seconds ago. You fucking hate that baby. Is that true? No. Okay. You hate the government.
You know what I hate? Other than my old band being an asshole to me and people committing suicide, is I hate Nazis. Just want to say.
Oh, I hate Nazis too.
Yeah.
I hate real Nazis. That is the people that aren't just like, red pill stupid people online. Those aren't real Nazis. Those are just assholes.
Yeah.
We need to remember there's a difference between the two. Real Nazis, National Socialists that decide to go out of their way to create a one mindset that you have to hate a certain person or party or group is absolutely unacceptable in the United States of America. That is not what we stand on, especially since slavery should have ended long ago, but took a shitload of time. We finally finished with it. We need to stop getting back into that mindset that we can see people as under us. That's the question of like, well, white people always feel that way. It's like, no, it's everyone now. I'm pretty sure if you have a conversation with anyone, you can jump to a conclusion that is stereotypical, and that person will agree with you on it. And it's terrible because that's not the way. I tell my grandparents when they were alive, I was telling them, I was like, I never really care about nationality. It never really came to mind that, like, when I started dating my fiance, like, oh, what's her family come from? That's dead. It's dead. My generation, your generation, we're here. We don't have to give a fuck about that old shit. Like, that doesn't matter anymore. How they speak, where they're coming from, what their bills are, what their goals are. That's probably more important than anything is like, what do you want to do in your life? If they say nothing, it's like, all right, don't date them. That's probably a bad person. But when I have a daughter, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, where does he come from? The Italians, the Polish, the Germans, the Jews. Like, what is he? It's like, I don't give a fuck, man. Just be happy. I seriously have had such a problem with the idea that we have to exclude someone based on a predisposition from a fucking ancestor that's probably not going to live much longer, and that you have to hate that person forever. The Jew hate, the whole thing of like, being run by the media. It's a funny conspiracy. It could be real. I don't really care. I just know there are nice people that I've met that are Jewish. And I have nice people that I've met that are Satanists. And I have nice people that are met that that I've met that are witches, real actual witches, not the ones that you see on Disney, not the, romanticized evil. I'm going to cast a spell and take your fucking dog and you're going to have a house dropped on you.
Right.
Shit. This is like real actual, they're comfortable, they have the earth around them, they believe in spiritual growth and the crystals and stuff. And I'm like, these people respect me, I respect them. It's mutual, it's simple and easy. True Nazis do not have open minds. Like true actual Nazis, not these recruits. There's recruits out there. This fucking what's that little bastard's name? That one, Nick Fuentes. He's not a Nazi. He's just an asshole. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I know he might sound like a Nazi. He might even agree with the Nazis. That dude has no idea what he's going to sound like in 30 years. He has no idea how much he's going to change. He's younger than me. Do you think he has any idea what he's doing yet? I'm not out of my parents' house. Do you think this man is any more educated than any of us? We're all in the same education system, which is totally plummeting right now because our fucking government is more worried about things going on overseas than actual, things that we care about here, and teaching people the correct language and teaching people actual, important things as opposed to, what they've been forcing into their programs, which is just more debates and more politics. I can't stand politics, bro. But it happens. It's around me. I can't escape it.
Yeah, I feel like the older you get, the more you talk about politics, and I hate it.
Yeah. Well, no, I try to make sure when my friends come over, my dad tries to get him onto the Fox News. Did you hear what they did now? And these immigrants. And my friend who's a Mexican, he's always like, "Yeah, I hate them too." And I'm just like, you don't have to say that, bro. It's okay. It's okay. There's no big deal if you don't agree here. You just move on. Actually, if you don't even say anything, you just move on in this house. It's pretty simple. Just don't say anything and just be like, yeah, I got a video for you to watch on YouTube and we're going to watch the movies now. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Whenever my dad tries to make a point, I'm always like, where'd you get it from? Fox News? Okay. Yeah. It's okay. All right. It's all good. I mean, if you come up with your own thing and you want to teach me something, then please, by all means, absolutely. If you find something that is a eureka moment and you're like, wow, I never realized this was like such a problem in our system. Like, I love hypocrisy. That's my favorite thing. When Democrats and Republicans do the same shit, it makes me laugh so hard because I always see that on posts underneath them. I'm like,
you did it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like always like screaming at the top of their lungs, they're putting kids in cages. And I'm like, Obama did it. It's not a good thing. Neither of them are good people, but that is pretty bad that we fucking did it before on both sides.
I love like the whole like conversation of like, okay, well, this person did it too. Are you gonna put them away? It's like, yeah, they should all get fucking locked up. Like, I'm not like loyal to whatever part I'm at. Get them all locked up. They're being fucking assholes.
Yeah, I can't believe these people would just disregard the idea that they're bad people for following these awful individuals just because they're on their side.
Yeah,
it's insane, bro. It's insane. Like we said with Katana, it's like it's the sports thing. It's always going to be the stupid way that they set it up. One day we're gonna just deconstruct this, and when it happens, everyone will be on TikTok. That'll be the thing. It'll be getting all their sources is all from TikTok. Everything I've heard from people, they're like, oh my god, you got to watch this TikTok, it's so funny.
Right.
And oh my god, this person is so smart. And I'm like, they're on TikTok, they're not smart. I'm sorry, they might be a smart person, but I'm pretty sure they're just marketing. Like, that's what they're doing. They're brilliant.
That's why I'm on TikTok. It's just because I'm like, all right, I can reach an audience. I mean, I got far into the brain rot stuff, like swiping through, but yeah, I don't want to do TikTok. It's just, that's part of social media. That's a part of like putting yourself out there.
Yeah. And SEO, I mean, that's a huge thing. You can trick the algorithm and you can find people they can find you when they should have never found you, because it's impossible to find somebody without following those instructions. Like I said, I didn't take YouTube seriously. I didn't want SEO. Everyone would always look at my channel. I get those stupid bots that would message me and they'd be like, we noticed that your numbers are down. Have you thought about putting things in your description? And I was like, have you thought about how I work a full-time fucking job? Have you thought about how I plan on being a married man in a couple of days? Like, that's what I care about more than anything. It's like, I have to get a place first. How about we stop giving a fuck about this shit? that 16-year-olds are into.
Right.
Like, this happens with all the business guys too. You ever seen those podcasters? I had one on my fucking story the other day when I was giving all those shout outs. And I had this guy who was like, you guys can sign up to my #1 rated podcast.
Yeah.
Be my guest. You have a chance. You have to impress me. This guy has 5 fucking rules on this stupid page if you sign up. And like one of them is like, how much do you make? How successful is your business? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. If you judge people that way, you are just as bad as the people that literally had
looking
slaves.
for a whale. So he never has to worry about money. He's like, pay me. I will teach you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to teach you. You know.
But I told my friend, I said, you know what he's going to be? He's going to be the outcast. He's not going to have any genuine connection with these people because as soon as they leave, they're going to be like, wow, that guy just wanted to use me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what do I use my guests for? I use them so that they can feel like fucking rock stars because nobody is a fucking rock star, and Katana is a fucking rock star. Everybody on his side is a fucking rock star. Everybody that has been a guest that I still have, if you see one that's not public, it's because they're assholes and they can eat a dick. I don't give a shit anymore. This is a fucking free speech chat. If I'm telling you, this is the best one we've ever had, bro. I'm so happy this happened. Seriously.
Hell yeah. It was long overdue, but we needed it. I needed it.
And it will happen in the future again. I will make sure that you can come back on, and I hope that you will have more of a creative outlet at that point. But I really hope that I could take your mind off of all that stuff for a bit after talking about it, of course.
Yeah,
because I know that you need it.
Hell yeah, more than ever. Thank you, man.
And when you're coming back up to Chicago, we got to hang out.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I'll hit you up.
Awesome. I am seeing some incredible artists. I got an insane lineup. In May, I got Bill Murray. So I've been into them for a little bit. Not the actor.
No, I know, not the Bill Murray, but they're going to be playing Louder Than Life this year.
Oh, sweet. So you're going to go that?
Yeah, you got to talk to him about that and be like, how'd you land that?
Yeah, if I could get Bill Murray on, I would be the master of masters when it comes to podcasting.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
I can't wait to watch the one he did with Nick Nocturnal, and they talked about countrycore, which is kind of what he's been shooting for. But now he's got that song with A Day to Remember that I'm like, oh my god, pop punk metalcore. We're back in easy core territory. Let's fucking go. Yeah. But I got Allison into him because of his dorky videos with him mowing the lawn and
nice.
Playing with the tractor and shit. I love his sense of humor. And little did I know, besides this album by Seraphim, besides this one album, he produced all of their work.
Whoa!
I did not know that. Seraphim has been one of my favorite bands since 2018. I have seen every artist that their producer of this album, Lee Albrecht, has worked with, besides the Wise Man Sphere and Bill Murray now. And now I know Bill Murray is also the clean vocalist of Attack Attack. And I did not know this. So I'm like, I'm connecting the dots, and I'm like, you know what it is? My metalcore history is all coming together. In the beginning, I listened to A Day to Remember.
Dude.
Yeah. I listened to A Day to Remember when I started. He just did a collaboration with them. His first band had Austin Carlisle of Mice and Men, which was Attack Attack's original vocalist for Screaming. And so I got into Mice and Men after I got into A Day to Remember. Before I even liked metalcore, I got into both bands.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, you know what it is? It's a timeline of me moving out of metalcore. I have to be getting into some groovy stuff. I have to get into some poppy stuff. I get to, have some fun. And that's why the next artist after Bill Murray, Cody Johnson, and then Hillary Duff, bro.
I saw the Hillary Duff thing and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
I was so happy. Those tickets were hard to find, by the way. They were sold out almost all the time on Ticketmaster. Those bastards that keep upping their prices and making us pay so much and laughing about it on their text messages. Thank you, Internet.
What's the one song that she was like really hitting hard? It was like, let the rain fall down.
Come clean. Come clean. Yeah. Oh my god.
All the time on like MTV, and I'm like, oh my god. But it is,
dude. The joke, the memes that I've seen from her stuff nowadays is like they were so happy that roommates had rain in the video, and then someone was like, Hillary Duff created rain.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Rain happened because of Hillary Duff. And I was just like, man, you guys have no idea. Like, I mean, it was a common thing for a lot of music videos, but yeah, that was probably one of the most famous ones. Yeah. Either way.
All the things she said in the rain. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told you in the pre-chat, the pre-chat that Red has broken into a different category of what I never thought they would, and lost their vocalist. So I had to find a band that sounds exactly like them and kind of created their sound. And that's the last band I'm seeing this year, which you saw on the list as well. And that's Breaking Benjamin.
Fuck yeah.
No, not just Breaking Benjamin, though. The opener, Starset and Chevelle.
Dude, Chevelle's so fucking good, and they are just consistently getting better.
And they're from Chicago.
Yeah, from Chicago.
So, like, our team is like, this is my sports team. When it comes to music, I'm like, woo, local, yeah,
Fuck yeah.
finally. But I've never seen a Chicago band that is big as at actual arena. I've never seen anybody outside of Marina City and House of Blues. So
Chevelle, if you ever need another guitarist, hit me up. I'll fucking love to play for you guys.
there we go, man. And yes, if I get Chevelle on, whenever the podcast blows up, bro, I hope that a lot of people in my near future will be just that little open, what do they say? Ivy branch or whatever. What do they say? And so you're supposed to hold that out for somebody and give them a shot. I hope that one of my guests in the near future will have a shot and then just mention me. That's it. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything at all.
Me, and I hope I can bring you onto like huger plateaus that you can just jump on.
And now that we said that, let's talk about those reactions that you're going to be making. So Indonesian artists are the biggest things right now. I'm telling you. All you have to do, simple and easy, take a song you love, find an Indonesian artist that is covering it, talk about that song. That's it.
Okay.
You can play their video if you want. You'll get copyrighted if they have the music under their name. There's Alip Bata, who's one of the greatest acoustic finger players. He doesn't use pick. He's all fingers, and he does multiple incredible harmonies. He does like Bohemian Rhapsody and shit, like super technical.
Hell yeah.
But the guy is very modest. He just sits in his usual building and just sits there the whole time. He barely makes any money, but he did copyright all of his stuff, which is smart because if you're creating it, I would hope that that you're the owner of it. I wouldn't want anyone to take that from you. But if you react to his stuff, he is huge. Humongous.
Let me see this person, because I saw this guy opening up for Akira Yamaoka in Orlando, and I want to make sure that I'm getting the right person. Because he made music for Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, Made in Abyss, Tower of God. Awesome. He was born in Canada. Never mind.
They sound Indonesian in Canada.
Raj from Maya. Singer-songwriter. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, I'm going to check out some more stuff. Yeah.
If you went full-time YouTuber, right now, at this phase, you can continue making music, use it as your promotion for the first part of your video. Right? Like, hey guys, I just dropped a new song. Thanks for checking out this video. And then people are there for Alip Bata, whatever Indonesian or Japanese artist that you're listening to that day. And then they're just like, whoa, this guy plays music. I like music. I'm going to check him out. Pretty simple and easy marketing. But your SEOs are genius. Here's what you do. First of all, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is your king of kings, brother. Indonesians at 4 a.m. in America are always online. And when they get on there, they want to see content off the bat. They will look through every video that has come out that day. Literally everyone that has made a reaction to that certain artist. They love it.
Knowing the time to actually post stuff, to be like, okay, New York is going on lunch at this time, so it's probably the best time to do it on New York time. But then California is going out, like they're getting off of work at this time, so it's probably going to be the best. Like that will make or break some people for some fucking reason.
Japan, 3 a.m. I had a video. I saw Love Bites over at the Rock House. You know what I'm talking about because you've been in Illinois before.
Yeah.
Over in Dundee. And so I went there. I saw them. This was their first time in America. Nice. I was like, for sure, I know I'm going to get views because my fans already know that I've reacted to everything from Love Bites. Another band that I took and made into my own, like, I need to get through everything because their fans love me so much and I want to give them everything they want. But at the same time, I was like, am I pandering?
Right. Yeah.
So what I did is I went out of my way and I bought all their stuff. So I bought all their albums, I bought their merchandise, I have tons of shirts and everything. So I made sure that these people knew that I'm not just, just playing the music and being like, God, this band sucks, but makes me money.
Right.
I've never made a dime off of it anyway. But yeah, so I went to see them. I posted the video. I knew it was going to blow up pretty quickly. And I was like, all right, video's out. It's just the whole show. I corrected the bass because it was like a little bit too loud at times. So I just made the vocals a little bit more boosted.
Yeah.
Took down the bass. 10,000 views, bro.
Hell yeah.
10,000 views. It's at 12,000 now. It is incredible. It picked up from is at 300. It moved up to like 5,000 by the end of the day. It was insane. The Japanese love their bands. They love their artists in general. Indonesians are diehards, bro. This is like the normal thing for them. It's like a cultural, like anybody that is from Indonesia is praised if they hit any part of the world. So people that are in Brazil, if they find somebody in Indonesia, then everyone finds that channel because they go onto their Discord or whatever and they send it and they're like, guess what? Brazil just found Alipata. And then people are like, whoa. And then they go over there. And if you add subtitles, they will give you everything you want.
Oh, shit.
So subtitles in their language took me 4.5 hours for one 15-minute video. That video got 100,000 views.
God damn.
They loved it because they knew that I was going to put it in there. Originally, I just posted it the regular way with English subtitles. And I was like, okay, you want that? So then I had to take the English, put it in Google Translate, copy the thing, put it down at the right timing that I'm saying it, copy it in Google Translate, take it back over. It was a lot of tedious work, but I tell you, it pays off. And I'm not pandering to anybody. If you guys want to know, I don't do this because I want people to be like, oh, well, this is
Don't
an
listen
easy...
to him. He panders all the time. Don't listen.
Yeah, get rich quick. No, I'm not getting rich. No one's getting rich. I just want my friend to have something that he can literally be liquid on. Like this could be something that you could actually financially benefit from, as well as just grow as a creator. Like you're a creator.
Well, I toured with a band that was from Bombay, India, and that was where are they? System House 3-3, and they were an amazing metal band. I mean, dude, brothers in arms right there. They're awesome.
Bloodywood, Baby Metal, that collab, that'll get you views instantly too.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, that one's huge. Bad Omens is huge, but they're more American, so you're gonna run to 2,000, 3,000 views per those videos, unless you have some really good editing, which you do. I know that you have more skill than I do when it comes to moving around and making the camera do stuff that you like. Do you know how hard it was to figure out how to zoom in on Katana's face? When I said social justice, oh no, it was my face when I said that we were talking about social justice, and I was like zooming in. I was like, how the fuck do I do this again? Like I could not figure it out.
Oh yeah, you gotta get your keyframes in there, man.
Oh bro, I was like, is it crop? Is it zoom? Is it zoom and crop? Is it crop and zoom? What am I doing here? Either way.
Hell yeah.
This was a fun chat, bro. I'm so happy this happened.
Hell yeah, it was long overdue. Thanks, man.
It was long overdue, but I'm so glad that you're doing much better than back in last year at least.
Yeah.
And I hope that near the future that you will get this whole band situation figured out, get your comeuppance, and then they can get you out of your financial situation you're currently in. But for right now, we have all the fans that are listening to you, that are loving you, and we want to support you in any way that we can, especially financially. So if there's a GoFundMe, if there's a website that we need to go to, please let me know right now. We'll put that on.
I'm thinking I got a new website. It's called nobodybeyond.com. So go there, and I'll have all the information there. So fuck yeah.
Nobodybeyond.com. Everyone go to that right now. You will have one of the greatest web page you've ever seen. Nobody's seen any better web pages than this web page. It's going to be red.
Better than I have, and I've seen
nobody is the only person that knows how to use this web page.
He's going beyond being a nobody. It's great.
He's beyond a nobody.
He's got a lot of potential, but also I do too. I know about.
Could be a somebody someday.
All
Oh,
right,
man.
we have too much fun doing Trump. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's a funny fella. He was, at least. All right, guys, thanks again for watching another amazing episode of the podcast. Please let me know if you guys want to have Nobody on in the near future. I would love to have him back, and we could talk about his new releases, whatever he has planned. For right now, his Mask Off interview should be the most popular thing because the first one was very popular. I hope that this one takes off as well. I can't wait for the shorts you come up with off of this one. The last one was so much fun. And I was so happy to see that every time I typed in my name, you're the only video that pops up. Becoming a Nobody with Media Man Dan. So cool. Thanks for the SEO. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. I hate AI as well as everyone else.
I hate
However,
AI. I hate Spotify AI.
Spotify AI. But I got to say this. AI knows my channel, knows my content. I quizzed it last night.
Oh.
Bro. I literally asked it, I was like, does Media Man Dan like Red? And they're like, he has talked about them in the past. And he had them on the podcast. And I was like, I had them on the podcast. That's crazy. And they're like, my apologies. Media Man Dan had Seraphim as his #1 artist for a while, which he also related to Red. And I was like, what? And then it said, my first video I ever had out. And it was like, yes, Dan has actually praised Red highly on his Why Red, Why Not video, which you can watch right here. And I was like, AI, are you actually a tool to help people know who I am? Like, holy shit, that's crazy. Because I'll tell you what, my friends are my friends and I love them, but you guys got to share my shit. Otherwise, nobody knows that it's out. That's it. Got to share it. Share my shit.
That's true. Yeah.
As Andrew Frisella would say on his show, don't be a hoe, share the show.
I like that.
And I think it's a simple and easy rule. If you guys enjoy anything in the chat, if you enjoy the guests that I bring on, please let other people know about it, especially if you find somebody that has the same interests. And if you guys want to be on the show, please reach out to me at any time. I will eventually respond, probably at work all the time, but I will eventually respond. And I will try to give you a shot to make your story known for everybody. Nobody's first story was amazing. And we had so much to talk about last time. And this time he is a somebody. And he will be somebody in the future as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Listen to Nobody on YouTube. Check out all of his stuff. Go to Bandcamp. That's where you can find all of their stuff for a very, small fee. But it's actually worth it because it's going to the artist's pocket so they can make more amazing music. Just for you. Nobody's going to supply us with incredible content, whether it's going to be music, YouTube reactions, or movie commentary. I hope you do that as well because you're a movie guy. And I really appreciate you for being here, man.
Thank you. It was great.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Have an amazing day and stay safe out there. Peace.